All right, let's go ahead and kick this off. So, welcome everybody to San Gabriel Water Main Replacement Project. This is a virtual meeting, and so we're going to go ahead and go. If people come in, just let them in. And from here, we just keep on rolling. Next slide, please. Again, welcome everybody. Good evening. And this is the San Gabriel Water Main Replacement Project. I am Deputy Director Kerry Williams for DeKalb County Watershed. I also want to extend a welcome and greetings to Commissioner Nicole Messiah and Commissioner Ladina Bolton, whose district this project will reside in. I'm not sure if we have representatives or either of those commissioners here. If they happen to join us, I will pause for a minute to let them speak if they desire to do so. Other than that, we will keep on going. The meeting agenda you'll be presented tonight by several speakers, myself, Ms. Cassandra Marshall, Mr. Danny Mathis, and Brendan Winston. We will all bring to you different aspects of the project, the what to expect during construction, and the communications you can use during the project to communicate with if you run into issues or whatever. You will be given a list of contacts that you will have for the duration of this project. Next slide, please. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit my parts. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what we do on a daily basis here at DWM. We are responsible, in short, we're responsible for bringing clean drinking water to your house and removing your dirty drinking water. We do this via two wastewater plants, both located in South DeKalb. That's the Snapfinger plant and the Pole Bridge plant. The upper northern part of the county is served by R.M. Clayton, which is in Atlanta, and a small portion is served by Fulton County. Your drinking water comes from the Scott Candler plant located at the Fulton County on the Chattahoochee, just at the northern part of the county, but it's not actually not in DeKalb County. To serve you, we actually clean and inspect and everything else, 5,000 miles of water distribution and sanitary pipe. And unlike a road, you can see a road deteriorating, you can see the asphalt needing repair. The pipes on the ground, you cannot see this, out of sight, out of mind. That's why people tend to overlook this infrastructure that's there, that's been there since the 1950s, and that's part of the project to upgrade our infrastructure to bring you better water pressure, cleaner water, and reduce the likelihood of having water main breaks in the system. Next slide, please. So again, what do we do? Why are we replacing these lines? They improve our customer service. And again, as I just said, to reduce water main breaks. And if you experience discoloration in your water, low water pressure, it's probably because we have aged pipes in the system and we are proactively trying to get those pipes replaced and updated again to give you what you pay, what your, not your taxpayer, not your tax money, but your water bill pays for. I always like to tell people that this is not your tax money, this is your water bill. Next slide, please. Bringing you this project, we have a team of consultants such as AECOM and construction contractors such as GS Construction. We all work together for the design and the construction of this. Next slide, please. I've given you a brief introduction of what the project's going to be about. Now to get down to the true nuts and bolts of the problem and the solution, tell you more about what to expect during this water main replacement is Miss Cassandra Marshall, who is Assistant Director in Watershed and of CIP. So at this time, I'm going to close my mic down and let Miss Marshall take over from here. Miss Marshall, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carrie. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Cassandra Marshall. I am the Assistant Director of the Capital Improvement Program for Watershed Management. My duties include overseeing the $4.27 billion capital improvement program and managing the construction management staff. I have happily served for DeKalb County for nearly 13 years. Next slide. So you may ask yourself, what is a CIP or a capital improvement project? It's a project that helps maintain or improve. Wait, all right, I'm on the wrong slide. I'm sorry. So what is the problem and why are we replacing the pipes? This is primarily due to the pipes being installed in the 1950s and the infrastructure being aged, and other sections of the pipe being undersized. In the area, the county has been faced with over 62 water main breaks from 1989 to 2024. As the number of pipe failure increases with time, it is a good indicator that the pipe is in need of replacement. The pipe material in this area is primarily old tuberculated cast iron pipes, 2-inch PVC, and cement pipe. The lifespan for these pipes is 50 plus years. Therefore, most of the infrastructure in this area is at the end of its useful life. Next slide. So what is a capital improvement project? It's a project that helps maintain or improve an asset. It can either be new construction or a replacement of an existing infrastructure. Last year, the Board of Commissioners approved a new CIP for $4.27 billion for projects to be completed from 2025 to 2034. The San Gabriel Water Main Replacement Project is a $20.5 million project within that plan. My team, the CIP team, is responsible for getting the work done. My team includes 4 DWM construction project managers and 12 licensed inspectors. Next up in the presentation, you will also hear from the DWM construction project manager, Mr. Danny Mathis. He has over 25 years of construction experience and has multiple certifications and licenses. Along with in-house staff, we are also supported by consulting firms who help assist the county with construction management and inspection services. So what we want you to know today is we're here to help. We want to reduce or eliminate emergency repairs. We want to stop the breaks. We want to protect the environment. And finally, after this project is complete, it will improve sustainability to the system. These improvements should last a minimum of 100 plus years. Next slide. You will now hear from Mr. Danny Mathis, the construction project manager for this project.
Thank you, Cassandra, for the introduction. Again, my name is Danny Mathis, and welcome to this presentation. Next slide. All right, San Gabriel Water Main Replacement Project Scope. The plan is to install 36,500 linear feet of 8-inch DIP pipe, 5,400 linear feet of 12-inch DIP pipe, and 1,200 linear feet of 1.25 inch copper pipe, which is for the services, including service lines, hydrants, valves, pavement restoration, water meter boxes to grade. The trench will be milled and resurfaced once the new water line is installed and completed. The existing 6-inch water main will be abandoned in place and filled with non-shrink grout. The site conditions will be altered from the existing. All disturbance pavement and landscapes will be replaced in kind. Erosion control BMPs will be installed throughout the entire water main alignment. No more than 1,000 linear feet of trench will be opened at one time and must be filled and covered daily. Next slide. There are 23 affected streets for 3 phases of this project. We're going to pause for a second, let you find your street, and then we'll go to the next slide. Next slide. The open cut method, that's just consistent of cutting the asphalt, digging the trench, and installing a new water line. Backfilling the trench and replacing the asphalt. Next slide. Schedule of activity. Community notices went out the week the 29th, September 29th. Of course, the community meeting is today. Mobilization starts October the 9th. Construction starts the week of October 13th. Final restoration and paving starts August 2026. End of construction December 2026. Next slide. Boots on the ground. That's my team. My team will be responsible for ensuring erosion control and sedimentation controls are in place, ensure proper installation of the pipe, will handle customer complaints, coordinate with other municipalities, and traffic control is maintained, ensuring safety measurements are followed. Next slide. So this picture represents before and after. As you see before, we have the trench open and we're backfilling with greater aggregate base, and we're putting it in 2-foot lifts, and we're tamping the street. The picture on the right is just a trench patch, and the trench patch will be installed on this project, or depending on the age of the existing pavement. Next slide. And next you will hear from Ms. Marshall again.
Thank you, Danny. I will now address community concerns and what the community should be aware of. Okay, so everybody hates construction, right? But we want the pipes to be replaced. So unfortunately, what comes with construction is inconveniences, in which we want to try to minimize. What you're going to see is a lot of construction traffic, foot and vehicles, large dump trucks, and heavy equipment. There will be construction workers, county employees, and contracted workers throughout your community. There will be material and equipment deliveries by means of large tractor trailers. However, we will have flaggers on site that would help guide these vehicles in and out of your community. What also comes with working in the area is the parking issue. There will be vehicles parked alongside the streets and along the work zone. Work zones will be delineated by means of orange cones or barrels. In addition, as a security measure, all county contractors and county employees will have identification badges and marked vehicles. There will be increased noise from the equipment backup alarms, heavy equipment, and saw cutting of the asphalt. Our typical work hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, and sometimes weekends. And in cases of emergencies, sometimes on Sundays. Rest assured that all residents will have access to their driveway during construction. However, the work is occurring in a linear fashion, so your driveway may be blocked to allow for the installation of the pipe. When this occurs, the contractor will ask if you need to get in and out of your driveway before blocking the driveway. And if you need to get out, they may ask or request that you park on the street for the day. In other instances, we ask that if the driveway is blocked, just kindly come out and ask the construction team to, hey, you need to get out, and then the contractor will move the equipment, which will allow you to leave for the day and return later. Also, this work generates dust. We want to minimize dust and dirt on the street. Therefore, the contractor is responsible for keeping the streets clean and swept daily. Next slide. So the sign on the bottom left of the screen is an example of the sign we require our contractors to install prior to starting work in the area. These signs are to be placed in the view of line of traffic on every street impacted at a minimum of 72 hours prior to start of construction. And on the bottom right-hand side is an example of a generic county contractor sign that we place on the side of unmarked company vehicles. Other vehicles will have their company logos. All cars on the county project site must be marked and identifiable as a security measure. Next slide. So the contractor will provide traffic control to guide residents through the construction zone. The contractor will have 2 crews working. The current laydown area for the materials and equipment will be off of Midway Road. The project will start with one crew starting on Guy Way, heading west on Santa Monica Drive, and then a second crew will start on San Gabriel, heading south. There will be planned outages, and that's generally when we're doing the service line that runs to the meter of your home. When we're transferring the new service line over, that generally is a service interruption that can last up to 30 minutes. Next slide. Next, you will hear from Miss Brenda Winston about public communications update.
Thank you so much, Ms. Marshall, and thank you, everyone in the community for joining us on this very important communication with your community. Next slide. Of course, you see, I am Brenda Winston, and I'm here on behalf of my manager, Ms. Alicia Penny, to just discuss the communication strategy going forward for this major and important project in your community. As you can see, some of the communication documents that you will receive. Initially, you have already received the letter. That's why many of you are here tonight. And the door hangers. Those items will continue in a communication measure for you so that you can have it prior to. Additionally, we will be sending out emails. That's a good way to stay in communication with you. Please provide your email now. If we don't have that, please provide it now in the chat so we can capture that information for future email communications. Next slide. Our touch points. How will we stay in contact with you? We have various methods. Of course, you see the project line, which is always available to you to call 24/7. Our website, decabwatershed.gov, our social media outlets, and our news releases. We ask that you stay in touch with us via DCTV. Follow us on Nextdoor so you can get up-to-the-minute information as it pertains to your community. The project signs that Ms. Marshall spoke about earlier that you will see very detailed within your community. Information from our contractors will be very visible to you, and we are prepared to answer all of your frequently asked questions. Next slide. These are ways you can stay in touch with us right now. You can follow us on Nextdoor, and these are all QR codes. If you hover your cell phone on these QR codes tonight, you'll be able to go directly to these sites and follow us on Nextdoor, Facebook, Twitter or X, YouTube, and our CIP project line. So please do so, and you can follow us. Of course, every communication will be via DeKalb Watershed. Next slide. Now you also see in the event that you need to reach us, you have a way to follow us. You have a way to see what we're doing with all of our signage, but you can also contact us at your leisure. We have the customer for any customer questions that you may have. You can call the 1-800-896-1108 dedicated project information line that's available to you 24/7. You can email us, as you can see, as projectinfo@dekalbcountyga.gov. And your email will be responded to. You can also contact Ms. Marshall. You see her email, her direct email and cell number, and Mr. Danny Mathis, both of whom you heard today. And you see their email and cell number on the screen. Emergency hotline. Way past business hours, you can always call our dispatch line and speak with a live person, as well as email us at decabwaterops@dekalbcountyga.gov. Next slide. I think we're at the end. And so right now, if you have any questions, Mr. Williams will come back off mute and we will be able to entertain any of your questions. I do see one email address in the chat. If there are any more, we will take those at this time.
Okay. I do see emails coming into the chat box. as well, if you have any questions, you can put your questions in the chat box as well, and somebody will respond to it. Or you can just ask over your microphone as well.
Well, I'll go ahead and get started. This is Ethan Williams. I live at 3008 San Jose Drive. It looks like, according to the map, I'm in phase two. What are the anticipated start dates for phase one, phase two, phase three? Are they going to be like in a timeline, or are they all starting at the same time? How is that going to work?
So they're not starting all at the same time. The contractor, go back to where I talk about, I think Guy Way, or go back to the map. And it's hard for me to tell where Guy Way is. So he has to connect and tap onto an existing main. So he's bringing water with him as he's laying the pipe. And that's how they would start branching off into the side streets. So, Danny, do you happen to know where Guy Way is in this picture?
It's in phase two.
So it's over here, right? Where she's circling that.
Yes.
So we're starting in Guy Way, laying pipe, and heading south on Santa Monica. That much I did read. And usually, as he's laying south and the side street starts branching off, a crew or a new crew would come in and lay those side streets. But if you put your email address in there, we plan on doing monthly updates so you can know exactly when all of the work is occurring.
So it kind of looks like you'll be starting in phase two in my neighborhood. Uh,
Mhm.
and first, it kind of that's the impression I'm getting. And as it goes south down Santa Monica, then it'll start also branching east and west as well, going all the way down to Santa Cruz on the looks like on I guess that would be the that's south. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's south. So you would be going east and west on Santa Monica and
Mhm.
north and south in the other directions. Okay. Sorry, I had to use my compass. All right. And another question I had is I see a lot of fire hydrant things all over the map. Are those actually going to be the fire hydrants, or are those just the proposed locations, and they may or may not be at those locations?
Um, so generally how we do fire hydrant, we like to space them out every 400 feet. This is a to scale map, so more than likely that is kind of precisely where we want to put, but we don't generally put it in front of a driveway, any obstructions, that kind of stuff. So we do, we move it in the field as needed.
Okay. And my last question was quite is there any anticipated or speculative effect on the lines that go to our homes due to a change in the pipes? I will admit my own ignorance. I may know a lot of things, but I don't know how water pressure works in different size pipes. So, are these going to all be the same size pipes you're replacing? Like in my area, it says an 8-inch ductile iron. Are you going? Is that what's there now, and you're just going to replace a new 8-inch ductile iron, or will it be a different size? And will that have any effect on the lines that are already going to the house? Is the pressure going to change or damage or cause any difficulties in maintaining our own lines up to our homes? And that's my last question.
Okay. So as far as existing, most of the lines are either a 2-inch, which means we will upsize it in capacity, either a 2-inch or a 6-inch pipe. And so we're either going to 8-inch or 12-inch, and in cul-de-sacs, we generally just loop it around with a 2-inch piece of copper. As far as affecting the line to your home, if you have not upgraded that line since you've been in the home, of course, that pipe is kind of in the same condition as our pipe. It's generally old galvanized pipe. And a lot of times homeowners do have issue from when we are connecting our new water mains to the homes.
Is there since I only bought this house a couple of years ago, so I would have no idea if that's the original pipe or was replaced sometime in this house is 56, so 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early aughts. I have no idea. Is there any way to check in the county records or in the watershed to find out what if this pipe has ever been replaced? Is that something I can research?
Not from DeKalb County. We're only responsible from the meter going to the street, and the property owner is responsible from the meter to the home. So if that had been replaced over time, that's only something the property owner is aware of. Or do they have to pull a permit for that, Carrie? Would you know? If they have to pull a permit, then it's possible.
Actually, I have never seen anybody come in and pull a permit
Pull a
for it.
permit, right? You just do it.
They just do it because it's like calling a plumber. They don't wait. They just do it.
Okay.
Savannah has a question. You may have already said, but how far in advance do we know they're coming to our streets?
Mhm.
I'm gonna let Miss Hardy try to answer that one because I'm not sure. Do we give them a week notice?
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. Um, what we're doing with this is 72 hours. They should get door hangers prior to them coming to your street.
Okay.
Thank you.
Looking, do we have any more questions? I'm
I
looking, I don't
don't,
see any in the chat box.
I don't see any in the chat, Mr. Williams.
So if
Hang on
that,
one second. I'm asking my wife if she has any questions.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, the door.
Savannah did have a follow-up. Would a plumber be able to identify when our pipe was last changed?
Only if he was the guy who did it. But he or yourself could use a shovel to kind of excavate around the meter, but you got to kind of be cautious because you don't want to damage whatever is there also.
Mhm.
All right,
Savannah has other questions.
And she
my,
has another one. Mhm.
my wife just wants to know, as far as the door hangers go, um, is it so that's the 72-hour thing, right? We'll get the door hanger 72 hours before they come around.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And we're waiting for Savannah. I think she's typing.
Sorry, Savannah and I have another question. We figured typing was taking too long.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, just unmute and ask it.
So, two kind of questions. We saw that it said we'll get notice of when we're going to have an outage and the water is going to be shut off. But is there
Correct.
any concern of when the water comes back on of like brown water or backwash water, anything like that, that we need to like run our pipes for a minute with the taps open, or will they tell us?
Generally, no. So yeah,
Okay.
if something major happened that is to occur, we would definitely tell you.
Okay, great. And then my other question is, this is obviously taking place over quite a period. Is there any concern about like the pipes freezing in the winter that we need to be like extra looking out for? Normally we leave like our taps on lightly open. Is that like something that they're going to account for as they're digging, or?
That wouldn't have anything to do. Whatever we're doing in the street has nothing to do with freezing pipes in your home.
No, I know. I just meant like I didn't know if the street pipes could also freeze and that was like
No.
going to cause an
No.
outage or something like that. Or they're too big to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. This is why I ask these things. Is that it? Okay. Yeah, I think that's all of our questions. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have nothing further. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have no questions. I thank everyone here. I want to thank everybody for showing up to this evening, learning more about the project. And you've been provided with contact information, different means of communications for this project as it gets underway. and be sure to use it if you have any questions or comments. And with that, I am going to tell everyone good evening and let you have the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Can you email that contact list I'm looking at? I don't know how to use anything to copy it with the computer. I'm not that savvy. I'm 52. I'm not very good at computers.
Usually you can just take your camera on your phone and
Oh yeah, okay.
snapshot.
That's see, this is why I'm not good at technology. I'm a lawyer. I'm not an IT
So
person.
Teresa,
Go back.
if you would go
Go
back.
He's trying to get the contacts.
So I told my boss I'm a lawyer, not an IT person. I don't know how to do this stuff. All right, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Williams, is that it?
If that is all, yes, that is it. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.